Other than realizing I'm now addicted to staring at myself in any visible reflection, these are the 5 things I learned from going from skinny and weak to jacked and attractive. And the first thing I learned is the fact that not as many people are in shape as you think. See, when I was younger and I'd never trained in my life, I'd see a guy who was relatively big and I'd assume that he was jacked, and I'd think that he was into the gym or into some kind of fitness or sport, right? But when you start going to the gym, when you go from skinny to jacked, when you become the guy who is fit and in shape himself, you realize, and I've realized, that there are not that many people that are actually in shape, bro. Most people just look like shit, and most people aren't as jacked as you think. Now, I'm familiar with how aesthetics work, how the gym works, and I understand that most people that look a bit bigger, that look a bit stockier, these guys, they're fat as fuck. And it made me realize what being jacked actually meant. It didn't just mean being this big guy with big arms. It meant being attractive and being functional and being capable like you were a fucking superhero, not just a big fat truck driver like most guys in the gym are. If you're spending all your time in the gym, you're surrounding yourself with people who look better than the average person on the street, and it's only when you go outside into the town, into the city, into the mall, whatever, you realize that there are not many people who look good at all. So you're in a smaller subset of the population now, and it's going to give you more motivation to keep looking better than other people, because the difference is so crazy. The difference between you and somebody who is untrained and doesn't do anything at all caring about their fitness is mental. And honestly, it's going to give you a bit of an ego and a bit of confidence to start feeling like you're better than people. And realistically, you're putting in the effort, so you kind of fucking are. Number 2, which is quite counterproductive to what you might think, it is the fact that you actually dislike your physique more than when you first started. And this is your classic body dysmorphia. If you don't know what that is, it's basically when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're always finding flaws, you're always finding weak points, and you always want to be bigger, better, more shredded, more aesthetic, more attractive. There is no limit to this. It's an endless mental battle. But you have to understand that you already look better than most people, so it's not really justified. And this body dysmorphia is going to kick in, especially if you are natural. Especially if you're natural, because you're seeing guys who are on steroids, who are enhanced, making faster progress than you. And even though you look great already, even though you look better than 99% of the people in the modern day and age in the general populace, like I explained in the previous point, you're still going to feel like shit. See, I have these moments as well. I look at myself in the mirror and I question my aesthetics. Every single guy does. And if you're watching this and you're in the gym right now and you made some progress, you know, you're nodding your head, yes, this is fucking true, right? I've had girls that have literally fucking frothed and gotten horny over my arms and said I have massive arms. But I look at myself in the mirror, I literally think that I have tiny arms. Same thing with abs. Girls will feel my stomach and feel that it's hard and there's muscle there, and they will tell me I've got a 6-pack and abs. Even when I'm at a higher body fat percentage and I don't even have visible abs, they will still think I have abs. The body dysmorphia has to die inside of your head. Becoming attractive is so much easier than you think. The bar is so low because most guys in society are not even fucking trying. They're not even putting in 10% of their effort to reach 10% of their fucking potential. So if you just lock in, you can achieve far greater outcomes because you're going to separate yourself so much easier. And this body dysmorphia will actually be good because it's going to keep you focused and keep you wanting more, because that's what we need to have as young guys. We need to have drive and we need to have a North Star, something to strive for. Before we get into lesson number 3, if you don't know who I am, my name's Jay, and I am here to save young men from being invisible, weak, lonely, and depressed. I've gone through one of the craziest self-improvement glow-ups myself, from going from a skinny loser nerd into jacked, attractive, social, and confident, and I want to teach you how to do it as well. It's my mission to help young guys completely flip the trajectory of their life and improve so they can become undeniable, and you can check out Project Undeniable inside of the link underneath this video. Lesson number 3 that I have learned that is probably one of the most important things out of becoming aesthetic and getting jacked is the fact that lean is absolutely law. You've heard it before. There is a current trend going around about how lean is law, and I cannot vouch for this enough. I have been chubby and I've been skinny as fuck, and I can tell you right now, I'm at a point where I've mixed leanness and muscle, and it is the best thing. It is the thing you should be striving for in your fitness journey. You should not be trying to get fat as fuck and bulk up to this crazy level and become a bloat lord. I see so many guys in the gym, and you probably see them as well. You see these big dudes and they have big arms and they have big calves and big legs. But then you look at their fucking gut, and they have a beer gut. I was looking at them just the other day inside of the gym. There's two guys. Yeah, they were strong, but they're fat as fuck. I wanted to literally ask them why they have not put in the effort, put in the mental discipline to cut down and actually get abs and get a six pack and look good and look presentable. Yeah, you might have big arms, but have fun fucking taking your shirt off and you look like a fucking bowling ball. What is the point of that? The goal of getting in the gym was to look good. These guys don't look good. And you can't feel good about yourself if you don't look good. And it's only when you embrace the fact that lean is law that you can look good in all realms. You can look good in a shirt if you actually build the correct muscles, and you can look good without a shirt at the beach and at the river, because you have an aesthetic body that is biologically craved by women and biologically made to be respected by men, because it is the fucking physique of a warrior. Biggest lesson I've learned from understanding that lean is law, going through the phases of being fat myself, is that you still need to keep your diet in check regardless of where you start. If you're a skinny guy, you don't want to just become a fucking bloat lord and bloat max your way, getting up 40 kilos and then having to cut down and stall your progress. Yes, you may get stronger, but you're not building that much muscle, because there is a muscle building limit biologically. Excess calories consumed, excess food consumed beyond that muscle potential gain is just going to be fat, and is just going to be extra water weight, and it's going to make you look like shit. So if you're at a higher body fat right now, stop coping. Just because you're fat doesn't make you any better. You need to get lean and you need to get strong at the same time. Master both worlds and you will build the ultimate attractive physique and the ultimate athlete appearance. Fourth thing I've realized, going from skinny and weak to jacked and aesthetic, is that physique is arguably the biggest halo you could have. What is a halo? A halo is basically a positive reinforcement that when people see you, they automatically treat you better. It's called the halo effect. Famous sporting brands use attractive, high-performance, renowned athletes to market their products because it uses the halo effect and makes people associate the brand with the athlete. Because the athlete's good, they think the brand is also good. So if you, for example, are going for a job interview and you are attractive and you have muscle and you are fit and you are in shape, you are jacked, people are going to automatically assume that you are stronger, which you are, and you have more discipline and you're to be respected. When I was skinny, I didn't really have that much female attention because I was not born with a 10 out of 10 face card. So the thing that I had to do instead was level up my physique, and the interesting thing is, it will level up your face card as well, and you'll get a total halo effect. Your whole physique, your whole look, your whole aesthetic will change completely. And we know that when you have a healthy body, and a healthy body is one that is lean and aesthetic and has high amounts of muscle mass and is athletic and can perform, when you have this, everything else in your mind and body improves as well. Your facial complexion, your skin texture, your bone structure, everything improves. So the lesson here is to just get the fuck in the gym and make it your main focus to build your physique, because it's the biggest halo in everything social and dating wise. The fifth and final thing that you have to realize that I've learnt myself, and it is so important, bro. Building a physique will make you visible, but it will not stop you from being invisible. And what this means is you will build presence, you will build shape. If you listen to my advice in all other videos and inside of Project Undeniable, you will understand and find the way to build a physique that has presence, that has power, that makes people think that you are strong and that you are protective, biologically attracting girls and getting respect from guys. But the problem is, just because you have this presence, you have the visual prowess, you are still not invisible. So many guys, they build a physique and then they complain about why they don't have dating success, why they don't have social success, why they're getting nothing at all, no real life benefit. And it's because they haven't focused on the other key aspects of becoming undeniable. That's why I made Project Undeniable, because it is the system that will teach you not only how to go from skinny and weak to jacked and attractive, build the fucking aesthetic, sexy, fuckboy physique, but it will also show you how to use it and leverage it in the real world, so you can get matches on Tinder, go on dates, smash, get attraction from girls, get respect from guys, make friends, know how to dress yourself, know how to actually present yourself in social environments, boost your hormones, build everything else up in your life that most people neglect because they just think physique is enough. Physique is just the entry point. I say this all the time. If you are walking into a door of opportunity, the physique is the foot that keeps the door open, but everything else has to be optimized so that you can thrust yourself into the world and achieve the success you want. And it was once I realized this lesson and started leveling up myself in the real world and becoming well-rounded and not just being a gym cell, that's when I got the best life results possible. But with that being said, I hope you've learned something from these 5 lessons and have the motivation and the drive now to work extra hard on your physique and build the attractive aesthetic physique that you always know you wanted. Remember that progress is purpose, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.